Hello everybody, welcome back to another Let's Play. I'm Emily. Today I'm going to be doing just a really nice relaxing build. I kind of want to go back to basics a bit and try something that I would have maybe made a while ago. I just feel like I've been under a lot of pressure recently, and so I didn't have a lot of time to create a really huge build. So I hope you're all okay to just come, have a relax with me, and we can see what I can end up producing. I hope it's still going to be fun. Please make sure to like and leave me a comment on this video, and don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed. So the first thing which I'm going to get going with is opening up my Island Designer app. I think I want to use some of the actual in-game pathing in this build maybe, or at least use it to help me speed up using my downloaded path, which is now so fun to use because we have a lot more custom design slots from the new update, which I thought was really exciting. So maybe I can even download another path and have a go with that, and that way I can play around. But for now I'm just going to use this same path that you've seen a lot on my island. I'm working in this space right on the left side of my house to try and create a little area here. And my main goal is just to produce somewhere that everybody can sit. For those of you who don't know, my house is quite close to resident services, and so I thought it would be a nice idea if I had a sitting area over here, because I think it would be cute to be able to come, sit down, have a relax. And so I think this should work quite nicely because, as I say, when it's close to resident services, it will mean that my villagers, when they congregate there, maybe they can come over here quite easily. I'm laying down my path, just coming through the middle. I wanted to just have a big blocking of path so that I have somewhere to work with. Right here, I was trying to make it curve around so that it made a C shape, kind of bending around the side of my house so that it would all look nicely enclosed, but I did have a bit of a struggle trying to work out how to make this look right. It took me a while to figure out that I just needed to get rid of some of my squares that I already had, but luckily I think I ended up making it look good. So this is the final shape that I ended up with for my pathing. All I'm doing here is changing out one of these designs with this other middle piece that you can use just so that it's a bit more interesting, and I really like how this path turned out. Oh, I really hope you can't hear my cat. This is Custard if you can hear her. She's just having a funny 5 minutes, don't worry about her. I'd like to use some street lamps to light up this area. I think that will look nice. And I tried to place down this custom design so that it would look a bit more street-esque. I think the in-game paths have a really nice kind of rural look to them, so that's what I went with. But I didn't like how that one lamp is kind of hidden behind the house. And I'm using this log bench. I want to place it right under the waterfall. My name is Crossing Falls after all, and so I do love a good waterfall on this channel, and I really like that. Luckily it's not too loud with a waterfall. Sometimes when I make waterfalls they end up being really loud, but I think this looked good. But unfortunately, to have the bench lined up perfectly under the waterfall, that was definitely something that I wanted to go with, I then couldn't have my street lamps lined up, so I did have to shift one of them over slightly but I think it's okay. It just meant that I couldn't use that in-game pathing that I was planning to. And of course I have to have some kind of tile under where I place items. I just think it gives it a bit more depth, and these rock paths are so cute. I really like how that looks. My real plan for this build is just to create somewhere that's nice and simple and relaxing. As I say, I've just gone back to full-time college, and so I do have a lot going on, but it's okay. I like the challenge. I think it's fun and something that I can work with. And I'm just going to quickly grab some items out of my storage. But yeah, I'm just busy, and something that I wanted to do was kind of let myself reset a bit instead of trying to create really huge speed builds like I have done a lot on my channel, and you can go and watch those, and I will definitely be going back to those because I really enjoy them. This video was just to have a bit of a break and create something. This actually ended up reminding me a lot of how I used to decorate when I played New Leaf, because I used to use a lot of these similar techniques, and with the street lamps it just ended up giving me that feeling. You can see I'm using some pathing. I was going to use the sand path, but I actually decided that I wanted to create a flower bed, which is again something I did a lot when I played Animal Crossing New Leaf. I don't know whether anybody else played that, but I used to love that game. And I'm actually going to switch out my log bench to the garden bench. I think it just looks a bit more how you might find in a city, which is kind of what I was going for, not going quite as jungly and rainforesty as most of my island is, but I do think having the path still really helps keep it in theme with my island. I wanted to use the record player right next to the bench so that I can put some music down. I always talk about wanting to use music in my island because it's something that I find really beautiful, is to just have some kind of sound coming from each area. However, it's actually not something that I do lots, but I think this ended up looking really cute and I'm glad. So now I just need to choose the perfect song for this. I haven't actually decided what I'm going to use yet, but I need to start visiting KK, trying to collect some of his songs, and I think that will be good. Along this side I'm using my log bench. This will nicely close off this area from my incline that you can see. I think it should work nicely to make them look a bit more different. And you can still see the yellow flowers underneath, which I really like how that turned out, because I think these yellow flower codes are so pretty. And then I'm using a lamp on this bench because there's already a sitting area, so I wanted this bench to just be a bit more for the look of it. And make sure to stick until the end because I will do a walkthrough of this whole area and show you how it looks at night, because all of the lamps turn on and I love how the lights look when they turn on at night time. I'm sectioning out another area to put something right here. As I say, I wanted to use a flower bed, so I do need to go and pick up some flowers from my beach. As you can see, I have a whole bunch of random flowers on my beaches. And my island is looking pretty deserted today. I don't really think I saw any villagers walking around. I'm not sure whether that's because I was filming it at quite an early time or what the exact reason for that was, but you can see there's not that many villagers walking around as there normally would be. With the flowers, I'm just using some that kind of have a blue colour to them, so like the white pansies, they still look quite blue. And then here I'm just grabbing another one of my stunted trees which I've used because that will help make my island look really natural. and I just enjoy using these. It means that it won't cover up so much of my area if I decide to use it. And as you can see, coming in with my flowers, just creating this tiny flower bed out by my house, which is actually so soothing, and the blues in the flowers kind of match in with the blue in the waterfall, as well as the blue colour that the stones have on that incline. There's actually a lot of really subtle blues in this game, even when it's not a blue coloured item. I hope that makes sense. And all I'm doing is just filling in with some of these little custom designs just to help blend the areas together from one to the other. I tried to use the Monstera here, but it looked a bit too big, so I'm actually going to place it down here instead, which I much prefer. Now there's some nice greenery out by my bench, and the actual potted part is okay because it's just a urban sitting area. It's not so much focused on making it look like an actual tree, which is something that I sometimes try to do, is make the Monstera plant just look like a plant, so I have to really work to hide that basket, but I don't mind it in this build. And I want to keep this tree the same height so that, as I say, it won't hide too much of my build, so I did need to adjust my pathing slightly so that I would have space to put a little fruit tree behind, which is how you stop them from growing. Just like so. Very cute. So I'm going to take you through on the walkthrough now. As you can see, there's a lot going on. I think it looks really pretty up against my inclines, and I've got my lookout area right above, a nice place to sit, stop and smell the flowers. I've got my little tree. Just a very simple area. I really hope that you all were able to enjoy this, and I had a really great time just letting myself relax and have just a fun building session. So I hope you enjoyed. Please don't forget to leave me a like and a comment, and make sure to subscribe so that you won't miss my next video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!